Let's make some noise and welcome to the stage Dr. Abirami Sukumaran.
Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, Richard. Hi, everybody. Complex processes require more than one agent. So we're going to create a system of multiple specialized agents and go through the process of deploying and debugging a multi-agent system. Now, we've already got the construction proposal agent that generates client proposals. Next, we'll add 2 more agents, one for permits and compliance and another for ordering and delivering materials, both built with Vertex AI using Agent Development Kit with Gemini. We'll need these 3 agents to work seamlessly together as a single agent that can handle the end-to-end process. Let's check out the code to see how we use ADK, that is Agent Development Kit, to build and orchestrate a multi-agent system. We start out by defining our root agent. So this can call one or more sub-agents based on the goal. First, we'll start with our instructions. This is very similar to how we do with a single agent. But since this is a multi-agent system, we'll give additional instructions that define how these additional sub-agents will be used and routed to all in natural language, and define any additional instructions or dependencies that are required between these sub-agents right here. Next, we'll need to declare these agents as sub-agents. This is similar to how we declare tools. Here you see 3 sub-agents highlighted: proposal, permits, and ordering agent. All right, when my agent is ready, I can deploy it directly from ADK to Vertex AI Agent Engine. It is a fully managed agent runtime that supports many agent frameworks, including ADK. Here we have the code snippet that allows me to deploy my multi-agent system to run on Agent Engine. Once I execute this, in a few minutes, our agent will be deployed and available to call and share across apps and users. The call to create returns an endpoint which looks something like this. Perfect. Now that our agent is deployed and running, let's test it out in a place where I want to make it available to other users, which is, you heard it, Agent Space. Here I am at the Agent Space console, where we can see all of the agents available to me in the left pane right here. I'm going to go to Renovation Agent, which I just deployed. So to start off, let me start uploading the proposal document that was generated in the previous demo, and I'll start interacting with the multi-agent system. I'll ask it to kick off permits process. The renovation agent will route our request to the right sub-agent based on the instructions we have specified. Great, it's already created a checklist of permits. Now, let's say I want to ask it something related to ordering. I'll ask it to check order status for some of the materials that I've previously ordered. This should call, oh snap. All right. Looks like my renovation agent has a bug in it. Well, since I've deployed my multi-agent system to Agent Engine, and since it uses tools from this Google Cloud project, I'm going to go to Cloud Logging to see if I have any information that helps me debug. So let's go over to Cloud Logging. Logs Explorer, there it is. Yeah, that is why I have a bunch of red. All right, that's a long wall of exception texts. I see investigate. I click that and create investigation. This is a new feature in Cloud Assist called Cloud Investigations, which helps diagnose problems with infrastructure and even issues in your code. Once the investigation is complete, I'll click View Investigation, and the report is open. I have 7 relevant observations in the report and a hypothesis section. Let's see what the observations are. All right, it has identified that a PostgreSQL column not found, and that's status. And it's also identified the column name, that is status, and also it takes me to the source code to debug it. And it has a direct link to make a Gemini-suggested code edit and make the fix. I can navigate over. So in the hypothesis section, I also have the overview of the problem. I have recommended fixes along with the direct link to Gemini-suggested code edit, which will directly allow me to make the fix. Let's navigate over. Here we are. As you can see right here, it has the comparison and a side-by-side view of the current buggy version of the code, which has the wrong column referenced. And on the right-hand side, I have the fix to it, that is Gemini suggested edit. And the right column that I was supposed to reference was order_status. I have incorrectly referenced it as status. I like the fix. I'm going to accept code suggestion and save and redeploy. All right, in about a couple of minutes, it'll be deployed. How cool is it that I saved so much of my debugging time with cloud investigations? Now that I fixed our error, once it's deployed in about a minute, I could go and retest the agent and share it out to users without having to make any change in the multi-agent system itself. So, building, sharing, and even debugging complex agent systems got so easy with Agent Development Kit, Vertex AI, and Agent Space, along with Cloud Assist investigations, right? So excited to see what you'll all build. Thank you.
That was amazing. Tech influencers are just like us. Their code doesn't work either. That's amazing.
I mean,
Great job,
it's easy to see how the scale and number of agents can really grow, right? Bringing together agents seems like it could be kind of complex, but you actually made it look pretty easy.
You did.
So what did you learn using Agent Development Kit that can help all devs build multi-agent systems?
Right. I personally have 3 key takeaways from building this multi-agent system with Vertex AI. First, it's important to have a proper understanding and reasoning for the specialization of each of the sub-agents. Second, do you know, like, what is the root agent? How are you going to connect and route between these and make sense of all the responses and gather the results? And finally, I learned I could do multiple types of agent routing, handle context, state, and do a lot more with Agent Development Kit, especially when I have to do complex flow control.
Well, you absolutely had a great example, Abhi, of local agents working together.
Yeah, it was great. And to make it easier to connect any agents together, we actually just launched that agent-to-agent protocol. Just like MCP standardizes how agents connect to and use tools, A2A makes it easier to discover and connect agents, especially when those agents are from different ecosystems or vendors. And it's all open source. We're building this with over 50 other companies, so you can build agents on any of those platforms, and those agents can communicate and collaborate to help you achieve the goal.
That's really cool. I showed how we can have a bunch of agents built on Vertex AI work together to accomplish a goal, but in the future, I know we'll want to use agents that are built with different frameworks and different vendors, and I'm really thrilled and excited that Google is actually working with so many others to create a standard for exactly that.
Yeah. Now, I know we're obsessed with agents, but you did sneak something in there about cloud investigations. And why do the developers in this room actually care about this? What does this really help us do?
It's hard enough to build systems that orchestrate complex agents and services. Developers shouldn't have to sit around debugging and all these multiple dependencies, getting to the logs, going through the code. And all of this can take a lot of time and resources that developers typically don't have. So that's where cloud investigations can save the day. It helps identify and fix code across the services of a multi-agent system so we can quickly get an app back up and running.
All right, well, everyone give it up for
Love that.
Abhi.
Thank you.
Amazing.